What is going on, guys? The Inside the Blue podcast, and today breaking down the New York Rangers' huge overtime win in Game 3 at Sunrise, Florida. The Rangers were able to take down the Florida Panthers in a roller coaster of a game, in my opinion. I mean, this game was up and down the ice, and a lot of goals were scored. 9 goals, 5 for the Rangers, 4 for the Florida Panthers. And this game was much different, this Game 3, than the games at the Garden. The games at the Garden were way different. Game 1, 3-0 loss to the Panthers, and then an overtime win 2-1 there. So, I mean, to get goals early in this game was much different atmosphere, of course, on the road. And to be able to beat Bobrovsky like that is a huge statement to this Rangers offense. This Rangers offense has been good, but I feel like there's another level that this team can go to, because Kreider, Mika Zibanejad, and Artemi Panarin haven't even woken up in this series. It's been all depth scoring, and it's kind of been the Barclay Goodrow show. I mean, the guy's got 6 postseason goals. He had 4 in the regular season, and those 4 goals were late in the year. So for Barclay Goodrow to do that, that's a playoff performer, and that's why the Rangers did go out and get him just a few seasons ago, was for his playoff production. And yeah, they probably were disappointed with how he played in the regular season, but he shows up in the postseason every single year, man. And the guy, I don't know what is on his stick right now, but that stick has been amazing to him. And the shots that he's putting up, they're not tap-ins or really not pretty goals. All these goals that he's scoring are top shelf or that nasty deflection that he had that was posted in. Bobrovsky thought it was going high. Bobrovsky did not know that Barclay Goodrow had the tipping magic that he had there. And he had 2 goals in this game. He had 2 goals. Alexis Lafreniere had 2 goals, and those 2 goals were a thing of beauty, man. We all knew Lafreniere needed to step up, not only in the postseason, but the regular season. He had 28 goals in the regular season, and the help from Peter Laviolette and his coaching staff, the help from Artemi Panarin and his line with Vinny Trocheck playing center, his game is elevated to a way another level, and we had to be patient with Lafreniere. We thought we were going to get this right away. First pick overall, high expectations. Didn't have the greatest start, and now I feel like with this Peter Laviolette staff, he's changed into a way more confident player. When he has the puck, he makes plays, and he sets up his teammates, whether they score or not. But his line and himself as an individual has been outstanding. The backhand goal he had, that's his movement on the breakaway. That is his go-to move. And Bobrovsky's a guy that sits tall and doesn't go into the butterfly right away. He's very patient. And even with him not even fully in the butterfly yet, Lafreniere roofs it. Roofs the backhander, and it was an amazing shot. Fooled Bobrovsky, and hey, the Rangers got one. Sam Reinhart woke up in this series, a guy that needed to wake up for the Florida Panthers. Alexis Lafreniere made his presence known. And I said this last year to one of my buddies on Instagram. Lafreniere is a guy that loves the moment, loves the playoff atmosphere. We saw it at the World Juniors. When the stakes are higher, his game elevates, and he is doing that right now. Scored 2 big goals to help the New York Rangers win over the Florida Panthers. And Lafreniere, man, that second goal might be the best goal I've seen him ever score as a New York Ranger. I think there's a lot of them up there. The between the legs goal he had against Detroit, even against Washington in the regular season. He's had a lot of beauties, man. A lot of beauties, and that's the Alexis Lafreniere that we drafted. That's the guy that I know. And he's really living up to expectations, and I've been really proud of him, man. His line, I feel like, still has another level. I think Artemi Panarin still can go to another level. I think the New York Rangers have just been outstanding in this playoffs in terms of their depth scoring. Depth scoring was something that I highlighted that needed to be good, and it has been. Alexander Wenberg getting the overtime winner. And I think that's something funny about these overtime winners is when I see PK Subban and Mark Messier and Steve Levy predict their overtime winners, or I see it on TNT like Paul Bissonnette, Henrik Lundqvist, Wayne Gretzky, Liam McHugh, Anson Carter, all those guys. They all pick the high-end names. They all pick the Artemi Panarins, the Chris Kreiders, the Mika Zibanejads. I've seen Vladimir Tarasenko get picked a lot by Steve Levy. I've seen a lot of picks, a lot of high-end names. I haven't seen anything with Alexander Wenberg or Barclay Goodrow because it's so unlikely, and that's what makes the playoffs so amazing. Is some of the most unpredictable guys score the game winners, and it's not always the top-end players that get it done. It's the guys that are in the bottom six that don't get as much as minutes as the guys in the top six, and they find ways to win. Lindgren just threw it at the net. Wenberg somehow was not covered in front of the net, and a nasty deflection. I thought I got worried again with this overtime winner that they were going to review it and call it back, but thankfully it does hit the middle of the shaft, and it goes in the top end of the net. How about that? And this was a game that, the Rangers stole. The Rangers stole this game and really ripped the hearts out of that Florida fan base because Florida was the much better team. Way better than the New York Rangers, especially, that third period where the Rangers were just taken to it. Their forecheck was almost unbeatable, and the Rangers, all they could do was ice the puck or slightly get it out of the zone, and then Florida comes rumbling back, and they just kept coming and going and going, and the Rangers didn't really have an answer. They couldn't get in the Florida zone, and when they did, they immediately were taken out. They were immediately, I don't know what it was. The puck was either lost or just bad play, and Florida got out of their zone pretty easily. And I want to say the shot attempts in this game, the Florida Panthers had over 100. They had over 100 shot attempts in this game. And obviously that's unacceptable from a New York Rangers standpoint. But the guy that we haven't even talked about yet on this podcast in episode 3 of this series of Game 3, Igor Shesterkin. Igor Shesterkin, man. This guy stole this game. And stole it. And he made the saves that he had to make. The Reinhart goal, that's all from Keandre Miller not getting the puck out and then losing him in the front of the net, backhander, top shelf, in the net. Second one of Reinhart, same thing. Miller couldn't get it out of the zone. Try to go, not even really up the wall. He tries to go somewhere to the middle, and it gets batted down. And then Reinhart scores again, which was pretty disappointing to see that go in. So it's a 2-2 game. Rangers get another one. I'm pretty sure that's when Barclay Goodrow scored, if I can remember. I have to look back at all the goals, but yeah, it goes to 3-2 and then 4-2. I want to say at the end of the period. And me looking at the TV, I'm like, this game could either be ended or they're going to tie this game up. That's really how this game is going to go. And what do you know? Barkov gets a nasty deflection that Trocheck doesn't pick up. I looked at it and I was like, wow, that's Alexander Barkov for you. And he finally broke his goal drought that he's been waiting for a long time. And then the puck, we ice the puck. Mika Zibanejad ices the puck. And it goes right to Gustav Forsling. And when you talk about a perfect shot, this was a perfect shot. And it was him against the goaltender. And Igor Shesterkin couldn't make the save. And I don't blame him. That's a perfect shot. And I I couldn't believe it went in. I couldn't believe they tied the game up, but they did. But I look at this game, I look at how it developed and how it ended, and the Florida Panthers are a really freaking good team. They're a good freaking team. But that's the Florida Panthers for you, man. And they're gonna beat you down, they're gonna wear you down, and it's how you bounce back, right? But I thought the New York Rangers did a bad job in terms of finishing the game because they did let the Florida Panthers back in this game. But to get the overtime winner, just 5 minutes and 15 seconds, I believe, in the overtime, was really good, right? Because I feel like if that game went for a while, Florida was going to win with how that game was going. But yeah, the Rangers win the game 5-4. My software just went berserk. I don't know what just happened, but we're rolling. But yeah, getting back to the game, Shesterkin was outstanding. The Stars got to start showing up, and that includes everybody. That includes Adam Fox. That includes Artemi Panarin and Mika Zibanejad and all those guys. But another guy that I got to talk about is Jacob Trouba. Jacob Trouba got a 4-minute penalty for elbowing Rodriguez, and I think it was a slash on Sam Bennett. But what the heck, Troubs? Troubs cannot be in the box more than anyone else. This guy is taking way too many penalties, and it's costing the New York Rangers. Trouba's a big body. And when you take on guys like Barkov and Tkachuk, you're going to need Trouba to get those guys out of the front net. Lindgren and Fox, as good as they are as a pair, they're not as strong as Jacob Trouba, and they don't have that mass like Keandre Miller. But I think he just needs to stay out of the box, and obviously, watch the elbows, Troubs. I mean, watch the freaking elbows. He took Evan Rodriguez's head off. Luckily, Trouba's not suspended, and he only got a $5,000 fine for it, the maximum. A lot of people were calling for his name. Florida fan base probably hates him. He's probably going to get booed today. But it's just a tough look for Troubs, man. I mean, when you wear that C, I feel like, in my opinion, as a hockey fan and as a hockey player, your captain should be the least penalized guy. I mean, you don't see Alexander Barkov go into the box many times. You don't see Connor McDavid go into the box many times, or any of the stars, Jamie Benn, the remaining playoff guys. You don't see those guys going to the box. Jacob Trouba has 17-plus penalty minutes, the most of any defenseman, I believe, and most in the NHL playoffs. This guy is costing you, and he needs to just, stop. Stop overplaying your guy and just play position, man. I feel like that's just simple. Because he can't be in the box so much, because this is the power play that beat the Rangers, man. They scored 2 goals from Sam Reinhart. And I know the Rangers did have outscored the Florida Panthers in this series 5-on-5, I believe. But penalties lose hockey games. When you take 6 freaking penalties, or however many penalties you took, it's bad. And because your power play isn't clicking either. Their power play is. So I look at it, man, and this power play does need to start going. They're 0-for-8 in the series, and I need to just see shots, man. You can pass the puck as fast as you want, but when they start creeping up on you in the blue line, the ice gets smaller and smaller, and you can't do much. Rangers did score a shorthander from Barclay Goodrow, so that was cool. They had the most of any team, I believe. Or, no, they have 5. So they have 5. But there's shorthanded goals from 7 from the rest of the NHL. So, you look around it, They're doing it good on the penalty kill overall. They're doing good. They got a great goaltender to win them games and steal them series. Expect Bob to be really freaking good today. Expect them to bounce back. Expect this New York Rangers team to, I hope, come out better. Florida's gonna want you. They're gonna be a full bull in a china shop, man. So expect them to really start running, and skating hard earlier in the game. Stay out of the damn box, troops, especially, and everybody. Love the depth scoring, but need Artemi Panarin to score today. Need all the top guys to be in it. Because when they score, it's tough to beat them, man. That's another 3 guys at least that could put it on the net. Lafreniere's playing good. Barclay Goodrow's playing good. Vincent Trocheck's playing freaking good. Rangers are perfect in this playoffs when he records a point. Let's go Rangers, baby. This is a huge game. They can go up 3-1 heading back to the Garden, or it's going to be a tied series heading back to the Garden regardless. It's going to be a battle in Game 4. We know Florida's going to be buzzing. Rangers got to match that energy and elevate their game, not allow so many chances like they did. But anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up for Game 3 post-game pod. And a little bit of a preview. But, of course, smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Of course, leave a comment below. And, of course, let's get on the road. Join the program to 200 subs. We're at 111 right now, last time I checked. Let's keep it going, boys and girls, and everybody who's watching. I'm going to see you guys in the next video with a post-game pod. I'll see you guys soon.